All right, folks, how we doing? So this is like a special Sunday night podcast. This is one of the things I just think that's bizarre, but I guess it is what it is. But I just think that it should just be more to it than just a ruling, okay? I don't know, man. This is bizarre. So this young lady, 30 years old, by the name of Chelsea Christ.
You've got mail.
A former USA, Miss USA, the 2019 Miss USA, and she was a Miss North Carolina, and she was an attorney down in North Carolina, and also at Extra show, the show called Extra, a host jumps off a 60-story building, and this was ruled a suicide, okay, in New York City. All right, what floor did she jump off of? I don't know, but she was found in the sidewalk, okay, and it's ruled that she had mental issues. You know, that may be so, okay, and I know that it's hard, particularly over the last 2 years, okay. You start to a profound rise in things like drug overdoses, suicides, domestic violence, if I already said, drug overdoses, alcohol overdose, especially with these drugs, especially with fentanyl. I made articles about that, okay, especially fentanyl. And she may have had some mental issues, but is there proof that she had mental issues? I mean, it may be true that may be the case, and you may not even know. Some people may hold it inside and then explode at a certain point. I just think that, I'm like, wait a minute, slow the brakes or whatever. Something, there needs to be an investigation made about on this. And if it is a suicide, that's fine. But I don't understand how a 30-year-old, a young black woman that is an attorney and an extra show host that's got this stuff going for her, and she just commits suicide in this form of fashion. And that, why would somebody? I mean, that is a horrible way to die. And I you know, it may be, but I second that motion. I think it's something that needs to be thorough about. It needs to be a more thorough investigation if it hasn't already been done. It seemed like she died, it was ruled suicide, and that's it. Because they have cases of these black women, okay, but women in general, but these black women that end up, there was one lady up in New York, she was a judge and ended up out in the river, okay, or these are young women like in DC and LA end up being missing and all that, okay, but with this woman and then the other judge, then it was just suicide. Okay, and I really think there's something fishy about it. But I guess if this is the case, if you do have mental issues, go see about it, because these mental issues are basically spirits, okay? You know, I make these videos, I think, to channel my anger and my anxieties into something constructive to try to help others, okay? You know, although I have trollers that I have to deal with, okay? But I'm just not going to let it stop my mission, all right? Other than me doing something, taking the law in my hands and end up getting myself in trouble. But it's just certain things that, I'm sorry, y'all, that if you're a certain demographic that we just don't do, I just can't see no black woman just doing that. And I did a video about this before, about Miss Texas. They found her out in her, she had an exclusive neighborhood in Dallas, and it was like I don't know what they call those those, it's like the fountain exhibit, and she was found dead out, I guess, where you can bring sailboats back and forth. Not a fountain exhibit, but it was like a little boat causeway, okay, in an exclusive neighborhood. And I just knew right then there's just something foul about that. And her husband was supposed to be been involved in that murder, okay. That was a white man, but that was, near there, okay. That was also a sister. But if this is the case, I'll just say rest in peace. My regrets go out to her family. I just think that there should be a more thorough investigation into that, and I hope that the family can hire their own private investigator before it's just ruled a suicide. But nevertheless, rest in peace to this young lady. You know what I'm saying? She was a fine young lady, had a great smile, and it is what it is. All right, let me know what you think about this topic.